And the Badgers with possession here. And here's Hawkins. Way to screen on Starks. Here's Hawkins. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Hawkins has got his first bucket of the night. UCLA trails by 3. Starks outside. From the wing. And the Bruins check on 2 more.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Goodman in at small forward. Thomas is out there with Johnson. Then there's Starks. And it's Barton in at the 2 spot. And for the Badgers, we've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. And it's Gibson in at the 4-man position.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Starks the pass to Goodman. From deep. The rebound by Gibson. And the Badgers with possession here. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late, Clark. Last decade and a half have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
And Badgers have been great since right around the millennium. Since about 1999, they have made the tournament every season. Guys, few schools can say that.
And, you know, for Wisconsin and their consistent appearances in the tournament, guys, they don't just show up and leave now. I mean, they often go deep in the tournament. Sooner or later, I think they might go all the way again.
And the Bruins going here with a whole new group out there. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
And not exactly the start they were looking for, but there's still a lot of basketball left. You have to think they'll be mixing things up a little bit in terms of adjustments.
Well, Greg, I tell you what, the hole is deep, and if they want to hoist that trophy at the end of the game, they've got to get more from their star player, Freak. He's got to take over.
Goodman in at the 3. Free out there with Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5 spot. And for the Badgers, we've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the 4 spot.
What a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Here's Fresh. He's guarded by Hill. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. Fresh, the pass to Free. 6 on the shot clock. UCLA needs to get off a shot, and they couldn't get the shot off in time. That's a 35-second shot clock violation. The Badgers making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. The Badgers leading by 8. Hawkins with it. From the low block, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Badgers will retain possession here. And some changes here for the Bruins. Johnson comes in for Looney, and it's Campbell in for Freak.
David Johnson.
Wisconsin going with almost an entirely new group here. Now, Freak. Offline with his three.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Goodman, he's in at three. Irving is out there at four. And it's Morris in at the power forward position.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
On the free throw, no good. Looney's checked in for UCLA. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Evans, he's checked in for Peyton. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
We need to be more physical on the offensive end. Let's crash the glass, but be smart. We need to limit their easy baskets, so get back on D.
And some changes here for the Bruins. Roberts is checked in for Irving. Fresh comes in for Morris. And Free subbed in for Porter. The Badgers making a switch here. UCLA trails by 10.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a four-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
Picked him clean. Here's Goodman. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Badgers.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
It's all you, Freak. Come on, it's all you.
And so the first one is good. He'll stay at the line for one more try.
Take a look at the game for Freak. He has 8 points and 2 blocks.
And both free throws good from Freak. The Badgers leading by 8. We've got 1:48 left here in the second half of the game. Evans outside. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Nice open look, but it's no good. The pass to Goodman. It's deflected. Evans with the steal. Decker dishes to Hill. .119 left in the second half of basketball. Over to the left wing. Kaminsky kicks to Decker. Outside Hill. Three-pointer. Decker gets the bucket.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Badgers.
Their superior ball handling won it for him here, Clark.
Well, Kevin, when you squeeze the orange, you get more shots.
Come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace. If we see an open look, we got to take it. We have to make them play at our tempo.
Everywhere, defensively, offensively, the effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
.103 left to play here in the second half. Pass to Fresh. Here's Free. He's guarded by Hill. Free passes to Gooden. Fires for three. There's the bucket. Good.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Outside Hill. Passes it to Hawkins. And it's blocked by Gooden.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Ain't nobody play basketball like Freak.
And that's an intentional foul.
Terry Free. That's his first personal foul, second team foul.
And the Badgers with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. And he commits the intentional foul.
Personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for the Bruins, Ronnie Hill. Taking 2 shots.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And it's the Bruins with the ball. Starks kicks to Thomas to the right side. It's Porter outside. The Badgers pull it in. Here's Fisher. So it's Wisconsin picking up the win. Such a special moment for these kids. All the hard work they put in, all the pressure, Greg, they've been under all tournament long. This is pure elation. Being able to call themselves now champions.
And Kevin, from the players, the rest of the students watching, I mean, this is something that can never be taken from you. They will always have this moment in history to reflect upon.
And it's such a punishing path to this moment. I mean, you look back on all the close calls along the way as the field gets whittled down round by round. I mean, they survived quite the gauntlet to get to this moment.
Indeed, a very special moment. And that's going to do it for us. I'm Kevin Harlan. It was a pleasure to be with you all season long.